Good day to everyone. My name is Abigail Yusoronio, VP at 3. So, in this day, my assigned topic that I will discuss are the variety of assessment methods, tools, and tasks by classify the traditional assessment and authentic assessment. The portfolio and the types of portfolio, which are working or development portfolio, display, showcase or best works portfolio, and assessment or evaluation portfolio. So, variety of assessment method, tools, and tasks. Assessment methods can be classified as traditional assessment and authentic assessment. So, traditional assessment, this is a method that refers to the usual paper and pencil test. Also, assesses learning and cognitive domain by Bloom or the declarative knowledge by Kendall and the Marzano 2012. So, what is traditional assessment? In traditional assessment are the conventional methods of testing which usually produce a written document such as quiz, exam, or paper. Standardized tests must state achievement tests and high school graduation examination are also examples of traditional assessment. So the best example for this traditional method is when we are going to take the civil services exam. You are board exams. Okay, it has time to exams, so they are using traditional method. While authentic assessment, it is refers to non-paper and pencil tests and also called alternative assessment. The psychomotor learning or the procedural knowledge by Kendall and Marzano 2012 and learning proven by the product and by a performance cannot be measured by a paper and pencil test. What is authentic assessment? An authentic assessment that is performance oriented with the assessment that aims to measure not only correctness of the response but also the truth process involved in arriving at the response, and that encourage students to reflect their own learning in both deep and breadth. The belief is that instructions will be pushed into more truthful, more reflexive, richer mode as well. The example of authentic assessment is performances-oriented assessment. Second, product-oriented assessment. Performance-oriented assessment. So, from the word itself, performance-oriented, meaning in this type of assessment, the teachers focuses more on the actual performances of the students, on how the students' performance particular test, how students demonstrate a particular skills, that is performance-oriented assessment. For example, the performance-oriented assessment, when the PE teachers teaches the basic of the cha-cha-cha, of course, how can the teacher assist whether the students have learned the basic of cha-cha-cha? Of course, the student that the teachers has to let the students perform the basic dance steps. Another example is the product-oriented assessment. So, in this particular type of alternative assessment, the teacher focuses on the output, the tangible outputs of the students. For example, the economics teachers teaches how to speech. So, of course, the output of the students will be related as to how clean, how beautiful, how expert the students to this teaching. That is product of assessment. They have a purpose of traditional assessment and authentic assessment. So the traditional assessment, the purpose of traditional assessment is to evaluate if the students have learned the content of the termine, whether or not the students are successful in acquiring knowledge, to rank and compare them against standards or other learners. While authentic assessment, the purpose of authentic assessment is to measure students' proficiency by asking them to perform real-life tasks, to provide feedback and help students manage their own learning, to also evaluate students' competency. The example of traditional assessment and authentic assessment. The example of the traditional is true or false, multiple choice of tests, standardized tests, achievement tests, intelligence tests, and aptitudinal tests. While the authentic assessment example is demonstrations, hands-on experiments, portfolios, projects, multimedia presentation, role plays, recitals, stage plays, exhibits. Okay, next topic is portfolio. So what is portfolio? Portfolio under non-paper and pencil test or authentic assessment. The portfolio is a collection of the student's work or a recorded performance. Example, the dance video that convey the story of the student's achievements or the group. A portfolio is not a collection of all the students' work as the word purposeful implies. It's more than just a place to put all the students' work. The types of purpose of the portfolio desire release on the type of purpose of the students' work that is collected. It could be a collections of things, or it could be recording of a performance or photograph of performance. So portfolio, in this type of assessment, the teachers requires the students to award portfolio. So portfolio is a collection of students' outputs throughout a particular period of time. So example, the output of the students are put into envelope that is labeled or arranged chronologically to show whether there is improvement of the students' performance in the classroom. So the purpose of the portfolio is directly the process by which the portfolio is created. So next here is the types of portfolio. So by Daniel and Abertain, the authors of the book An Introduction to Using Portfolio in the Classroom in 1997, it is described three types of portfolio. First is working or development portfolio. Second is display, showcase, or best work portfolio. Third is assessment or evaluation portfolio. So the first one is working or development portfolio. So what is working or development portfolio? A working portfolio gets its name from the fact that it is used for work. It is work in progress, projects that includes both unfinished and completed samples of work. A growth portfolio documents a person's progress and growth over time, academic or thinking abilities, content knowledge, self-awareness, or any other area that is crucial to your goals can all be developed. As all result, it's also known as development portfolio. A growth or development portfolio can be used to store work that will be chosen for a more permanent assessment or display portfolio later. This is the first type of portfolio, the working portfolio. Based on the name, it is a project at work. It contains the works in progress as well as the finished samples of the students' work to reflect the activities is done by the teachers and the student. It documents the stages of learning and provides the progressive record of the student's growth. So in these types of portfolio is an interactive teacher's students portfolio that aids in communication between the teachers and then the students. In here as well, in the working portfolio, we can diagnose the student's need. So here in the working portfolio, this contains all activities that the child is doing inside the classroom. It could be graded, it could be the drop, or it could be anything that the students is doing in the classrooms. So put all the portfolio, whatever the activities that he done in the classroom. Okay, now we proceed the display showcase or best work portfolio. So what display showcase or best work portfolio? So portfolio, it is a showcase of the best work produced by the pupils. Students present their greatest work and explain what it means. The student showcase portfolio exhibits his or her highest degree of achievement. So the display showcase or the best work portfolio types of portfolio, it focuses on the student's best and most representatives work. Okay, it exhibits the best performance of the students. The best work portfolio documents that students efforts with respect to the curriculum objectives. It may be also include the evidence of students activities done outside the school, or it could be an assignment written at home. So the most rewarding use of this showcase portfolio inside the classroom, it is display the students' best work, the work that makes them proud. All right, in this case, it encourages self-assessment and builds self-esteem of the students. The pride and sense of accomplishment and students can feel make the effort worthwhile and contribute to the culture of learning in the classroom. This types of portfolio is often seen in the, for example, as exhibits during the school visit or during the parents' visitations. So we can see that there are students' best examples, the students' work that are exhibited during child visit or school visit, and whatever accreditations or visitations in your school. Okay, next is assessment or evaluation portfolio. This is the last of types of portfolio. So assessment portfolio is principal purpose, as its name suggests, it's to document what a students have learned in relations of the standards and competencies required of the students of each grade level. What the students choose for the portfolios will be determined by the curriculum's requirements and skills. Their reflective remarks will be focused on how will be portfolio entries demonstrates mastery of the standards and competencies. The primary purpose of assessment portfolio is to document students' learning on specific curriculum outcomes. As such, the items in portfolio must be designed to elicit the knowledge and skills specified in the outcomes. It is assessment tasks that bring the curriculum outcomes to life. Only the specify is precisely what students must do and how well they must do it to these statements of learning have meaning. Although portfolio may be for an appearance, style, or presentation. Example, the standards or competency specifies persuasive, narrative, and descriptive writing. An associate portfolio should be include each type of writing. Similarly, if the curriculum calls for technical skills such as use of PowerPoint in report presentation, the display portfolio will be included in trace documenting the report process with the use of PowerPoint presentation. And that's all my report. Thank you.